and he played at South Carolina State. Again, a second-round pick. That's kind of rare for a Rookie of the Year. What's also rare is that a rookie led the league in tackles, and Darius Leonard looks like he might be one of the top linebackers for a very good time. He is another reason the Colts are on the uptick and really poised to do great things in the next couple of years. Darius Leonard could be a Pro Bowler for the next decade or so. Real good defensive talent also in Derwin James, who was the runner-up for Rookie of the Year, Bradley Chubb of the Broncos, and Denzel Ward of the Browns. Now, Denzel Ward was picked 4th by the Browns. The Browns had 1 and 4 in last year's draft. I think the Browns made a mistake. I think they should have taken Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb started slow, but he came on real late. He had a lot of sacks, and he is going to be a monster pass rushing quarterbacks for 8 to 12 years. In the NFL, look, this isn't that complicated right now. You need to be able to throw the ball and rush the passer. And Bradley Chubb does that. Now, Denzel Ward, had he stayed healthy, he may have made a better case for Rookie of the Year. He was playing very well. He has a nose for the football. He tackles just fine for a cornerback, and he's going to be really good. But you could have had Myles Garrett and Bradley Chubb side by side for at least 5 to 7 years, maybe even 8 to 10 years. Ward is real good, but the shelf life of good quarterbacks and the cliff they can fall off of is much shorter. I would have picked Bradley Chubb. Some of the no-brainer awards, the MVP, that went to Pat Mahomes. You can't say much on this other than you'd hear on ESPN or wherever else you get your news and sports information. Pat Mahomes was really, really good. I will say this, I sucked twice and didn't draft him in fantasy football. So, congratulations, Pat Mahomes. You did nothing for me when it mattered most to me personally. Coach of the Year went to Matt Nagy of the Chicago Bears. And I understand why. The Bears were that typical bottom to the top, rags to riches story that we get every year. But I would have given it to Frank Reich. I mentioned before, the Colts were 1-5 to start this year. They had their backup quarterback in there throwing Hail Marys because they weren't sure about Andrew Luck. That looked like a train wreck waiting to happen. Fast forward to the end of the year. They were a win away from the AFC Championship game. That's why I would have given it to Frank Reich. But you can't really argue the choice of Matt Nagy as Coach of the Year. We're going to keep with the Colts theme, and we're going to give the Comeback Player of the Year to Andrew Luck. Listen, Andrew Luck is a really good guy. He is one of my favorite quarterbacks for the fact that he is really, really talented, and he is boring. I have said it before. I want my quarterbacks to be boring. No quotes for the media, no crotch grabs, no staring down coaches. Be boring. Get out there, throw the football. Don't give any bulletin board material to the other team. Win games. Andrew Luck was back doing that this year, and it's great to see a young man whose team really threw him to the wolves for most of his career come back and look poised to make a run in what is a stacked AFC. That is it for my coverage of the awards, specifically the Rookie of the Year award and why it should have gone to Quentin Nelson, and why Browns fans are just a little off thinking that Mayfield was a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year. And I think the AP got it right when you consider the context in which they vote and who generally wins those awards. And that's what I have to say about the NFL year-end awards. You are listening to Cinder Block Sports. I'm your host, John O'Donnell. Please, if you're listening on the podcast, give us a like, give us a follow, and most importantly, give me a review. Let's figure out how to make this better, and let's find out what you like about the show. That's it for this week's show. I really hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. I hope you had a great time with friends and family. At the end of the day, that's really what the game should be about. Not the game itself, not the commercials, and not the halftime show. It should be about good friends, good family, and having a good time. The Super Bowl is an event, and just because this one wasn't perfect doesn't mean the next one won't be really great. So, hope you enjoyed it and my thoughts on it. I really hope you enjoyed Trevor Lane. Please go follow him at LakersNation.com. He's a great guy. It was nice of him to give us his time. So, hope you like that. And again, my take on the NFL awards. That'll do it for this week. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.